In a remote village, a group of monkeys finds itself trapped. Driven by local residents, the exhausted animals scramble onto a farmer's roof. Inside that house, the farmer's 9-year-old son hears the noise and climbs a ladder to see. But when a monkey screeches, the boy startles, loses his grip, and falls backward in slow motion, hitting the hard ground below. While the boy lies unconscious, a clock starts on a level beyond human perception. The mechanics of the universe have calculated the outcome. In exactly 6 hours and 30 minutes, the boy's soul will leave his body forever. To the village, this is an unchangeable tragedy. Once the laws of time and space dictate a death, there is no appeal. Destiny is treated as an immovable force that human beings must simply accept. As the boy's condition worsens, an angry mob forms in the courtyard. They use the accident as a justification to hunt down the animals. The villagers prepare to slaughter the trapped monkeys with sticks and stones. But the boy's mother, Chandra, does something the mob cannot understand. Instead of joining the vengeful crowd, she steps in front of them. Following a raw instinct, she shouts and drives the attackers away, shielding the very creatures the village blames for her son's injury. This text highlights a rare distinction. Most acts of kindness are transactional, performed with a silent hope for karmic reward. Chandra, however, simply fed the starving animals, as if it were an ordinary chore, asking nothing in return. By acting without any calculation of reward, Chandra breaks the cycle of human karma. She doesn't realize it, but this total absence of self in her action is the catalyst that forces the universe to pause. Thousands of miles away, the immortal Lord Hanuman sits in deep meditation. He suddenly opens his eyes, feeling the tremors travel through the entire establishment of time-space. Hanuman turns to Kala, the god of time, to ask what has happened. Kala is dismissive. To the god of time, this was just an ordinary housewife doing a mundane chore. He sees nothing special in a woman throwing food to monkeys. But Hanuman looks at the state of her soul. He sees that she treated the monkeys as her own family, despite the tragedy they caused, and she did so without a single thought of pride or satisfaction. Because she performed a godly act without the burden of ego, Hanuman recognizes her as a peer and decides to intervene. He does not simply wave a hand to break the laws of physics. Instead, he begins to orchestrate a solution using the universe's existing, hidden mechanics, specifically the internal architecture of the soul itself. These mechanics are based on T-strings, or strings of time. A human soul uses these threads to anchor itself to a specific character in the world. To maintain human awareness, a soul must slide upon exactly 7 of these strings. The boy's body is breathing, but the soul that once inhabited it is gone. To survive past the 6.5-hour deadline, his vessel requires a new set of T-strings to re-anchor his consciousness to the physical world. Hanuman sees that Chandra's soul is highly evolved, possessing 13 T-strings. He catalyzes a process where her soul splits in 2. He takes 7 of those strings and transfers them into the empty vessel of her son, immediately anchoring his life back to his body. The logic of time-space is absolute. Giving 7 strings to her son leaves Chandra with 6. As this text warns, living with 6 strings means the mother will lose her sanity, behaving with the mindless innocence of a monkey. In this system, life is never created from nothing. The universe balances its equations with precision. A miracle for the son requires a literal sacrifice of the mother's own awareness. On Earth, the child wakes up, defying the doctor's declaration of death. At the same moment, Chandra's mind slips away. She begins to laugh and swivel her head oddly, perceiving the world with a peaceful, innocent dementia that the village labels as madness. But the logic Hanuman set in motion is still unfolding. He has been guiding a wandering monk through the nearby jungle, timing his every step so that he reaches Chandra's veranda at this exact moment. As shown in this passage, the plan reaches its final stage. The monk sees Chandra's state and recognizes her not as a lunatic, but as a soul free from the illusion of ownership. In a moment of realization, the monk allows his own soul to split, transferring the missing T-string to Chandra and restoring her sanity. The boy lives, the mother is restored, and the monk finds the truth he was seeking. This entire sequence of soul-splitting and divine orchestration was triggered by a single woman feeding animals in her courtyard. We often treat our actions like a marketplace, hoping for a return on our good deeds. But the highest form of spiritual evolution is simpler. When you act out of love without calculating a reward, your actions move the divine to step in and rewrite what was once considered unchangeable destiny. Urmi lived as a woman named Chandra. She was a mother who endured the ultimate tragedy, watching her only child die, a loss so profound it pushed her into sheer disbelief and